Alright, so I tried to record this video like maybe a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, but unfortunately I was locked out of my own flip property because we have been showing the property off. It's been on the market for like a week so far. We priced it pretty much as high as we could get it to try to see if we could get any takers, if we can get any fish to nibble on the bait. But we had one offer, which I actually got myself through Facebook. We had one offer and it was a low ball offer, so definitely didn't accept that. Definitely want to make more money on the house than what they offered me. Just getting it to this point was definitely a struggle. I ended up having to fire my contractor on the job. I did search for a little bit or I did think for a little bit that, hey, you know, maybe I could get somebody else to come in here and go ahead and finish off the job for me and pay them. But instead of doing that, I literally worked my bleep off to finish this property. I'm talking about 16, 12-hour days just to get everything done. And I did it. I got it done. Alright, and I want to show you guys what it looks like. As you can see, my car is full of stuff. I just finalized out of my base and we're about to head to our new base. Yes, I just got all the remaining stuff out of my car. My car is packed, my wife's car is packed, and we're about to head out. But before I head out, I do want to show you guys the house. And thankfully this garage door is unlocked this time, so you guys can see the property. I'm gonna show you everything that I did and fill you in on a little bit of the stress that I felt during the whole flip. It was a lot of firsts for me. I'd never done this before. How do you do this? Let me get on YouTube to try to figure this crap out. For instance, right here, let me flip this camera around so you guys can see what exactly I'm looking at and what I'm talking about. Alright, so you see you got that fresh mailbox. I didn't actually change the post. I just painted it, made it look pretty, you know what I mean. I did install a new mailbox. That's the first, right? Never did that. There's some mail in there. What is this? Yeah. Yeah, there's some mail in there. Some mail that I don't give a fuck about. Alright, so coming up to the house, the yard needs to be cut again. I have to make sure that I take care of that. I trimmed up the bushes. They were kind of grown and outrageous. I never trimmed bushes before, but I did alright. Now this right here, this was a big task. So you will have to go to the previous videos to see the color, the actual color that this garage was. At first it was like a light faded blue. I'm sure it was a blue that matches this trim right here, but this garage had faded severely from the sun just penetrating it over the years. And I was like, man, this is kind of like an eyesore just looking at the house, right? So how can I improve that? I was like, let me paint the garage door. So let me turn this around. So yeah, the garage door, it was that faded blue color, and I was like, let me paint it, right? So all I had was a paintbrush, a wide paintbrush, and a can of paint. And I was like, you know, I can go paint the garage door. That ain't nothing, right? So as I started brushing right here in this corner, I realized, hey, this garage door is big as hell. I was like, man, I can't do this. I can't do it, right? I said, I walked away from the job. I started looking at for other people, like, look, I'll pay you to do this for me. You get your little guns, paint sprayer thingy majigger, and you do it. I pay you to do it because I don't feel like doing it. So I called like 2 or 3 people, stressed out, and they're on the living room floor. Nobody answered, nobody called, and I told myself, like, man, stop being a beep. Stop being a beep. Go paint the garage door. So I literally brushed this whole garage door. And after I did it, I'm like, oh, this doesn't look good enough. So I went over for a second coat, third coat. I did like 4 coats on this thing, and I did end up getting a roller, which helped out a little bit, but mostly, most of it was just hand brushed. And it turned out pretty good. It looks a lot better. So when you look at the house, you don't have that eyesore. You have this nice, bright, pretty garage door that really just pops out at you. I cleaned this up all by myself, right? I didn't have a pressure washer or any of those nice fancy things. I took a towel and you know, some spray or whatever, and just wiped off that excess dirt. As you can see through this screen door right here, that door is nice and pretty white too. I painted the inside and the outside of that door. So let's go through the garage. So we didn't had to wait till the garage door. We didn't do a lot in the garage. As you can see, it's still a little dingy walls and the regular floors. Part of the reason why I fired the contractor was because part of his unprofessionalism, right? I tried to, this was like one of the last things that I attempted to fix that they really just messed up. The garage floor, it has paint on the floor, right? Like, why are you spilling paint on my garage floor? You know, so you can see where I'm scrubbing. This is the last day. I'm really frustrated. This is after like 2 weeks of working 16, 12-hour days just to get this house straight. I was like, let me try to get the paint up. And I'm just like, I'm over it. You know, somebody's going to have to buy the house, you know, dock me $100 to $200 off for the paint being on the garage floor. At this point, I am done. As I'm cleaning the garage floor, I see these little marks. This is where they were cutting trim and stuff and using the garage floor to cut gouges in my garage floor. I called him back. I went off on this guy a couple times, and this was just extra icing on the cake. It pissed me off. But all in all, it was an experience. I learned a lot. And it does look decent. Hell, I had to hang this door back up. This door was left off, unpainted. I'm not dealing with it. But if you ever picked up a solid wood door, you can understand how difficult it would be to hang a solid wood door by yourself. But like I normally do, I figured it out. And I'm pretty strong, so that helps out a lot. So in the kitchen turned out pretty good. This is where you can really see the improvements from previously. We got new countertops. The cabinets are white. I had to repaint a lot of the cabinet doors because they just weren't done good at first. And we added the backsplash. All this stuff was difficult, right? Trying to find somebody to do it because the original person, he couldn't do it anymore. I called a couple of people to try to get it done for me. One person flaked, I think another person flaked, and then like the third person, he actually came through and he got it done for me. And I was so grateful. I had to thank God because this guy, he came through. He's like, okay, I come through to look at it at such and such time. I was like, awesome. And he came through. He's like, oh yeah, I can knock this out. I was like, how much? Because I originally was going to pay like $1,200 just to get it done. Backsplash countertops, right? And I'm really new to this, so I'm not sure how much prices are supposed to be at. That could have been outrageous. That could have been regular. But this guy, he said that he could do it for $350. And I was like, I tried to hide my excitement. I was so excited that, I'm saving some money somewhere, right? And I was like, that's a perfect price. When can you get started? What's a good time for you to get started? He said, I got my tools in the car. I can get started right now. Came in here and knocked it out. White guy came in here and knocked it out. And then the previous guy, the guy that I had to fire, you know, he was one of my brothers, right? And that just goes to show you. They say that this is what I was trying to do. You know, work with my people. You have a business, let me support you, right? Do stuff like that, and I love to do that. Love to support my guys, but a lot of quote unquote my guys that I was running to, they were unreliable, right? But I called him up. He came and he was ready to work right now. So it could have just been in those guys, but you know, we need to make sure that we have everything on point. You want to run a business, as you say, this is what you want to get paid for, do your job. You don't want to have a boss? Cool, don't have a boss. Become your own boss. But when it comes time to do what you say that you want to do it. All right? That's just like me. If somebody called me talking about they have a house that they want they want to sell, I'm going to look into it, because this is what I said I wanted to do. When I was personal training, whenever I had a session, I made sure that I was at that session on time, if not early, because that's what I said I wanted to do, right? So just do what you say you want to do. If you want to be an entrepreneur, you want to have your own business, be your own boss, do what you said you want to do, all right? But yeah, it was a lot of work. With this, I had to change out all of the hinges on there. And I don't know if you ever changed out hinges on cabinets before, but it's not like a simple one-for-one swap. You got to make sure that the stuff is even, that it lines up and all that. It wasn't easy, but I got it done. Changed out every hinge. It'd probably be easier if you have a drill. I had hand tools, but I made it work, right? And it looks pretty good. With this right here, they had paint all over this, right? I had to scrub it off. It took me a couple of hours just to get it clean. And this is not a new dishwasher, right? This is an old one, but I flipped the face plate on it. On both, this is a face plate and this is a face plate. All I did was flip them to make it look black so it matches the stove. All right, and just cleaned it up really good to where it looks nice and new. I really love this chandelier that we got installed. It looks really pretty. Sorry if I'm echoing. Yeah. So that's where like the big improvement was in the kitchen. Also the new floor looks beautiful. We got new paint on the walls. Everything when you walk through is really pretty. I mean, bathrooms are kind of basic, and on the next flip I'll probably do more, but we just kept it the same. Whatever profit we get, perfect. I repainted this door. It was like an ugly brown. It took more than a couple coats on that door just to get it white. But yeah, it looks pretty good in here. And it has like some minor stuff that I probably could have did, but at that point, you know, I'm done. We got new ceiling fans in here. It looks pretty good. You see all of the nice blinds in here. What I didn't want to replace all of the windows. I mean, the windows are fine. They're just a little outdated. But when somebody walks in here and they see it, I want it to look nice and pretty. So I didn't get new windows, so I got a nice blind. Maybe, you know, it disguises it a little bit. Ain't nothing wrong with the windows or anything, but you know, having that nice pretty white blind make it pop, don't it? Don't it? I know you see it. Like I said, we pretty much didn't do too much in the bathrooms. Did get new toilets. We painted the cabinets. I put the new hinges on there. You know, nice and simple, kept it simple. With these doors, I had to figure out how to make these doors work, because whenever the contractor had reinstalled them, they weren't closing. So I'm YouTube stuff. How do you make closet doors close? And I got it figured out. This light was left on. Alright. Again, we got a new ceiling fan. We got our blinds, nice paint. New floor, everything looks good, man. Everything looks good. We just gotta find somebody that will, you know, work with the price that we agree with. It's look pretty good. I put in a lot of work in here too, guys. I wish that hold on, I'll tell you in a second. Like I said, in the bathroom we kept it. It's pretty much the same. Just changed out some stuff as far as the flooring. It doesn't have the ugly wallpaper anymore. In future flips, do some more stuff too. You know, maybe put some new tile up, or maybe a all-in-one bath and shower, something like that. But for this one, I got tired of spending money. I can't even lie, I got tired of spending money, so I'm just like, hey, this is gonna have to do. This is what they're gonna have to work with. You know, if I have to take a price cut because of that, oh well, we're not worried about that. I did get a new AC system installed, so that is one advantage that I do have for myself. They have a brand new AC system, 3-year warranty on that, so that is one of the pluses for purchasing this house, right? But yeah, that was it. And like, man, this video would be 3 times as longer if I really just showed you guys and told you guys everything that I went through on this property. But I'm about to head to our new base, our new house, and I need to get there to get everything situated. So I have to get out of here. But maybe whenever, you know, we sell this property in a week or 2, hopefully, you know, keep your fingers crossed, I can go in on some more details as far as like what I went through to get it to this point. All right, please just like the video, subscribe to my channel to see what the profit is on this house that we flipped, or you know, if I end up taking a loss, I don't want to speak that into existence. Just act like you didn't hear me. All right, just to, you know, well, on the next flip property, on the next real estate investing adventures, just subscribe to my channel, like it, share it. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments, any suggestions. Go ahead and throw that in the comment for your boy. I will be back with another one sooner than later. Holla at me.